and welcome to where I haven't had a haircut since October, and I haven't shaved yet either, so excuse me for that. But you know why you're here. I'm going to be talking about what's coming up until May, and I'm going to be giving a retrospective on the Identity Iceberg first, so here we go on that. So initially I was excited to finally do this because I just knew it was coming, and I like that iceberg stuff, and I like talking about it and giving answers, and people were pretty massively excited for it too. And then I got started in January thinking things would have been okay for some reason. And that was kind of a mistake, and in hindsight, I kind of wish that I did at another time. Because usually January is already my most hated month of the year. It's just long and grogging, and shit usually happens then. And winter here especially is really fucking bad. It's unbelievably bad. Last year it snowed up until the middle of fucking May. And January is usually when it's at its worst, and it's hard to kind of be in a good mood and focus on things and be able to do shit when there's snow everywhere constantly and you can't go outside without getting hurt or sick or something. But yeah, it's not just that. There's a bunch of other surprises that made this January in particular really stressful and agonizing, and I'll at least say that this one went by faster than the past two Januaries, and doing that video series probably helped on it. But yeah, it started out okay. I got the first two entries out, and then I got a laptop. And that seemed like it was going to be good at first, but then I started to physically strain myself using it, and just nothing was working right on it, and there's just so many other stressors, and in the end I just decided to give it back. And that's where I made that one video explaining that also, and I just kind of want to forget about it. But yeah, as dumb and kind of backwards as that seemed, it just made sense at the time, and I just feel comfortable enough working on my phone. And yeah, after that week, it kind of lasted for a while to get over it. And then there were just so many other things I was thinking about and stressing about and busy with for the remainder of the month. And I definitely feel that affected the series in a negative way, me kind of rushing it more, me not doing takes more. And you could probably hear the strain of everything in my voice, and my voice is already pretty infamous already. But yeah, that's pretty unfortunate that that happened, and I'm kind of sorry that they couldn't have been better, even though they should have been. But yeah, it's already done. I'm not gonna do anything crazy, redo the series or anything. I already feel I got everything out that I want to say on everything, even if it could have been done in a better time. And that's also kind of why I started just rapid firing them out rather than taking my time with it. Because I already started the series late enough. It was well, people have been waiting for this for a while. I'll get one part out. And you could probably see that in the intro video too on it, that this is going to take some time. But then that 1 week hiatus fell, and I was just stressing and wanting things to go back to normal. So I was okay, I feel bad. I just want to get part 3 done now. And then after that, I was okay, I just want this series to be over. Everything's such a mess. I just want this month to be over. So then I just started rapid firing off the parts out every 2 to 3 days. And while I still think there may be some of my slightly better videos, they could have just been more than, I don't recall the Adult Swim Iceberg stressing me out that much either, even though I eventually just wanted that series to end too, but I also recall having more fun on it. Yeah, Nighty Iceberg at least had some more put into it, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of pray so I preach it and just listen to myself more often, where I need to take my time and take breaks and know when to manage stuff, because the videos will be better that way. And I just need to kind of have the esteem that you guys get it and will wait and understand it all, and I'm sure that you all do. So yeah, I just kind of have to follow that more strictly and actually listen to myself, especially if I ever do another series again, which I don't think I'm going to be doing for a while, but there are going to be individual videos. And since said videos are individual, I kind of do feel more comfortable just having a more broad stuff for them and just not stressing about as much about what's on screen, and as well as making them longer, and I'll probably be doing better takes for them. But yeah, that kind of reflects everything, and Like, I'm still, like, a bit angsty, but I'm hoping to get better and relieve myself more, especially as we get closer to, like, spring and summer. I mean, if spring even happens this year. But, yeah, that kind of, like, starts to go on where I want to move on to my other point, which is talking about, like, what's coming up next on this channel. And I'm gonna warn you that there are gonna be less videos, as you could probably guess, but, like, it's not gonna be, like, barren nothing. It, like, I will say up until May, which I keep on bringing up, and I'll tell why in the end. But until May, I would say on average, maybe about 2 videos a month. And I'm going to tell you a couple of those videos coming up. Now, most of them are already planned, but then there's also the chance of, like, something spontaneously coming up. I was like, oh, I have to do that. Like, a lot of the Mario Iceberg stuff happens to be that. But yeah, what's coming next? Well, as you probably remember when I was talking about Lost episode 34, I was like, this kind of needs its own long video where I'm just talking about this and creepypastas in general and their whole vibe and history and stuff. And yeah, that's gonna be what's next. It's gonna be that video, and that's definitely coming up this month, like sooner than later. And then after that, I'm gonna be talking about cartoons some more. And what I'm specifically talking about is Garnet from Steven Universe. I'm going to be talking about her character and kind of like her impact on the series, as well as just like pop culture and stuff on the whole, and kind of how she's like more iconic than Steven himself and like everybody else in the cast. But yeah, you'll see then. Expect that to also be coming out like maybe around the end of the month, around March. Like, I have to not like make up deadlines and expectations and stuff, just so like I stress less and do these better and actually have fun doing it. I need to learn to relax again. But yeah, there's more planned. However, I'm gonna keep those a surprise up until they're uploaded. So yeah, again, like I would say around on average 2 videos a month until May. Well, even then, it's probably going to be about 2 videos a month, but or maybe less, but there's something special happening in May. And no, it's not just my birthday. But let me explain. So, as I was working on the Edda Iceberg and stressing over everything else, there was this whole entire fear coming out where, like, oh, I'm not going to be able to enjoy doing anything again, and I'm not going to be able to get my set, like, normal flow ever again, and I'm getting sick of icebergs, like, between this and just the videos I've been seeing not being as good as the ones before for, like, other channels. But yeah, I was pretty worried about that, especially since like I want to continue to do them. And then I saw this really good video about personalized stuff in Mario 64, and that's in my favorites list, which I'm going to talk about later too. But yeah, I saw that video and I really loved it and just kind of uplifted me more, and it inspired me to want to do things again. Now, an iceberg chart that I've had planned for a while, like way before that even, that I definitely want to do next now, and I'll start it in May, has to do, so, no, not just Ocarina of Time, I'm talking about, like, everything. It's gonna be N64 themed, and what I'm specifically going to be making then is N64 Rumors and Mysteries. You know, all that shit like Ellis Real, obtaining the Triforce, the Chicago Ghost and stuff. I'm going to be putting everything I know of those in there. And I will be uploading those to the respective subreddits and my own Twitter account after it's done. So expect that to be coming in May, and I'm specifically waiting until then for good reason. But yeah, will I do a video series on that? Maybe. I would prefer if somebody else did and I just helped them, but that's wishful thinking. Like, maybe there's nothing else going on and it doesn't seem too overwhelming at all, and like I'm just a lot more calmer and ready too, unlike back when I was doing stuff in January. Then yeah, maybe after it's been out for like a month or so, then I'll do a video series talking about everything on it. And it relates to the next thing I'm doing. I'm going to be doing these two things hand in hand once May comes. So something else that's happening in May is that all that Mario 64 stuff I just mentioned, that shit's gonna be like a year old by the time May comes. And that video I saw inspired me to do a new thing. And what I'm gonna start then is that you may remember me telling like stories in past videos about like me remembering the game differently when I was watching my cousin play and such. I'm going to be telling those, but I'm also going to be interviewing people and ask if they have like similar experiences where they just remember the game totally different or just some part of it in a new way or something that's not in the like normal copy of the game. You get it. I'm going to be asking people about those experiences and stuff that they've always like remembered and bothered by. So that's going to be like a personalized copy interview thing. And I'm really excited to start that once spring rolls around. So yeah, stay tuned until then. Now I know it might seem that there's like much less coming, but keep in mind I do more than just make videos, and that's the next part that I want to get into. So aside from videos, I also do art, as some of you may remember. Like I've had stuff on the Find Bureau and stuff. I used to do art compilations on here. Now I do still do art, but like most of it's just like fun, relaxed stuff and for myself and such. So yeah, I don't like really share those publicly unless if I really want to like do fan art of something or for a streamer or stuff. But yeah, but other stuff I do is like make tiers and shit. Like I've been getting into that more recently, and I also give like recommendations on stuff and like just talk about like all sorts of media and stuff. And I was like looking into Lost Media and stuff on Twitter before, and those like beta weeks are happening. And speaking of the tier though, is that one that I made and I'm really proud of and put a lot of work into is this Joke Simpsons Power Level ones for the first 8 seasons. I retweeted it on my account so you could look at it now. And yeah, if you all want to take a look at that, I'd really appreciate it just because it'd be cool to see other people using it, and it would also be funny to get like of average that the tier maker makes up for what people are ranking themselves in. But yeah, there's like other stuff beyond too that I've been playing. Like I've actually talked a bit with the Smash Remix dev team, and I might eventually do something where I'm like comparing like Source artwork compared to like the character portraits they made and stuff. So yeah, like I've got a ton going on beyond just the videos on this channel that you can all look at for yourselves too, and maybe probably like get a better feel of me as a person also. And I mentioned my favorites video list before, and I don't know if any of you saw this, but I tried making playlists like last week, like timeline stuff and stuff, but YouTube was like glitching out removing videos, so eventually I was just like, oh fuck it, it's not worth it. So I started using my favorites list again, and I haven't touched that in forever, but then last week I was like, oh yeah, that exists. So I started including stuff in it, and you know, if you guys want comforting things and just like knowing what I'm like into more, then you can look at my favorites playlist. And I kind of organized it in a way where like the first videos on there are like shit I watched a long time ago and just haven't forgotten stuff, so it's like really weird crap. But then after that, it's like Iceberg, Mario 64 stuff, old commercials, as well as the start of series that I really enjoy, such as like Paper Mario Master Quest or Press Buttons and Talk doing it, Mario Party 2, and then some Fine Sauce stuff. I only included like the first parts of those in those just so they don't clog them up and they can follow the rest from there. But yeah, there's plenty of going on, so don't worry about that, and you can see them all whenever they're made, and I'm going to try to be stressing less about stuff and more gradual, and hopefully things will turn out better projects due to my relaxation. So yeah, that's about all I want to say, and I'll see you all next time.